Good evening and welcome back to Perth Mod Subiaco. We have a huge clash coming up tonight. The West Coast Cobras and the Arqam Eagles. The Cobras come into round 11 sitting third on the ladder, and a win tonight would allow them to put more pressure on the top two, whilst the Arqam Eagles are sitting in 8th, but an upset here could push them into the top 6. Both sides are coming off frustrating losses last week. The Cobras competed with Cobra and led for a large portion of that game before Cobra proved too strong in the end. And the Eagles also led for most of their game against Inter Perth before disaster really occurred in the last minute with 2 quick goals for Formato as well as Nagendran. As Pizzuto gets that one through to Dexter Hard. Hard might get a shot off. We'll go out to Pizzuto, and save made by Nicholas Kirkby. But needless to say, this is such a huge match. Last time these two teams played, the Cobras did get up 10-2. And I'm sure the Arqam Eagles would have that in their mind, trying to bounce back today, and the shot by Hard there goes high. As we move through the lineups for the evening for the Cobras, Jaden Ashmore in goals, number 99, Tom Robles, number 1, Lachlan Ryan, 34, Jake Pizzuto, number 4, Flynn Nolan, 20, Zephyr McPherson, 12, Claudia Cruz, 28, Mohamed Tatonchi, or Mo Tatonchi, 32, Marco Florenka, 8, Julian Millamachi, 3, and Matthew Brady, number 9, for I believe his first potential minutes in the MSL. As that long ball might get through, chance, ball goes high, hits the roof, as that gives us a chance to go through the lineup for the Arqam Eagles. Lenny Leven, number 7, Nicholas Gonzalez, 91, Nicholas Kirkby, 1, Ethan Hardy, 25, Faniel DeWitt, 14, Daniel Scambiluri, 23, Barat Jarjar, number 8, Cherno Bar, number 10, Abel Walder-Michael, as that ball goes through Pizzuto, but now the turnover, and here is Walder-Michael, as I speak of him. Dylan DeToro, number 5, and Joel DeToro, number 99, and they are both the lineups for this evening's game. We now get into the on-court action. That ball blocked by Hard. Hard now onto it. Tatonchi defending tightly here, but well done by DeWitt. Gets through about 3 players, and that'll be off to Tatonchi. A nice start for the Eagles. Already an early attacking opportunity. He'll be taken by Leven. Leven all the way back. Uses Dylan DeToro. Pizzuto gets a boot in there. Ashmore clears. Tatonchi now controls it well. Back to Pizzuto. Pizzuto will slow things down and then get it to Hard. Hard controls it nicely. Cruz to Tatonchi. Now Pizzuto. Pizzuto tried to go through to Hard, but Walder-Michael there. Cruz. Back to Pizzuto. Cobras go the other direction now through to Tatonchi. Goes past Leven, beats him, and then just behind Cruz. But a nice little move there by Tatonchi, creating a chance early for the Cobras. Kirkby now uses DeToro of the Dylan variety. That ball will go out and it will be a Cobras ball taken by Tatonchi. Pizzuto steadily moves it forward. Now goes back to Tatonchi. Now to Tatonchi. Out wide, it uses Cruz. Now Pizzuto. Defended tightly by DeWitt. And DeWitt might have won it back. He has. Big win there from DeWitt. Now Walder-Michael gets through 2 defenders. Still going now, overruns it. 2-on-1. Tatonchi behind Hard. And a big wasted opportunity there for the Cobras. Definitely had a massive chance to get through there. And in this game, whilst the Cobras are above on the ladder, the Arqam Eagles have had a few very competitive games against teams that are similar to the Cobras. Hard. Goes for the shot himself. And wide right on that attempt. He did have Tatonchi and Pizzuto as options, but decided to go all the way himself and almost put it in the back of the net. Just not quite. Now Walder-Michael keeps his feet. Hard gets there for the Cobras. Tatonchi, Pizzuto. And now out to Cruz as Florenka comes on for Tatonchi. Here's Pizzuto. Goes to the target in Hard. Behind Pizzuto, that ball. Leven gets to DeWitt. DeWitt now 2 defenders to deal with. And Hard wins that contest and wins the ball for the Cobras. Florenka to Nolan now on for the Cobras. Pizzuto uses Florenka. Thought about going long, end up going to Nolan anyway. Nolan now can't get it through Walter Michael. Dylan DeToro. Also can't get it through the Cobra defenders. Nolan, can he get a shot off? He can't. DeWitt gets there. Now DeWitt loses his footing. Hard came in, strong on defense, and it will be a Arqam Eagles ball as Joel DeToro now comes on for the Arqam Eagles, coming on for Lenny Leven. Here is Hard, and a big save made by Nick Kirkby in goals. He was a player in the team of the week last week, was Kirkby. Despite the loss, he played an unbelievable game and really kept them in it for a large portion of the game. They had the lead for such a large portion as a result. And almost there, the attempted flick there from Florenka. Here is Jar Jar to Joel DeToro. With Dylan DeToro, in fact. Now Joel DeToro, long ball, gets it through, chance, and just high on the shot there by Jar Jar. DeWitt was also in the vicinity, probably could have gone it himself. But a nice long ball, and the Eagles are already pressing. Florenka goes to Pizzuto. Back to Nolan, who accidentally almost touched it, probably shouldn't have. Now Nolan's going to defend. Chance, shot from Jar Jar almost. And DeWitt was there. But a big opportunity early, and a couple of them so far for the Eagles off that turnover. Ashmore and Pizzuto. Pizzuto loses it, but gets it back now. Goes through the middle, turns it over. Chance, Dylan DeToro, and wide right. And the Cobras seem to be a bit flustered early in this game. A few uncommon turnovers made in the defensive half. And the Eagles have been very, very unfortunate not to have pounced on one of them and scored. Now Pizzuto goes to Florenka. Pizzuto again. This one gets through to Ryan, so good with his body and his feet. Florenka back to Pizzuto. Now back to Florenka. Nolan onto this one. Pizzuto and the Cobras moving the ball well, as they usually do, whilst they have had a few turnovers early. Florenka to Pizzuto, back roll. Can't get it through to Florenka. Back to Nolan with a shot, and a big block there from Bharat Jar Jar. That goes into touch. Nolan, Pizzuto, nice flick, but Joel DeToro there this time to stop that Ryan possession. The chance for Lachlan Ryan. Joel DeToro, turnover. Pizzuto running through the middle, goes out wide to Ryan, back. Almost got through to Pizzuto, but Kirkby there. Now Florenka stays on his feet. Goes back to Pizzuto, who now uses Flynn Nolan. Nolan can't get it through. DeWitt, strong in defense. Now he takes off. NPL player himself is DeWitt. And he might get a shot off. Gets rid of it and Pizzuto clears. But a brilliant play there by Faniel DeWitt. Wins a corner, is it? Yes, it is. A corner for the Arqam Eagles. It goes all the way back, and it will end up with Kirkby. And the substitution is made for the Arqam Eagles, and already an impact already for Cherno Bar on that far flank. Almost got to it, but couldn't quite get onto the ball from Joel DeToro. But a pretty electric opening few minutes of this game. We'll be back with you very shortly after the timeout. And that is the conclusion of the timeout, as it looks like the Cobras and just the Cobras, in fact, have made a substitution. It's Claudio Cruz and Mo Tatonchi are now on. Here is Cruz. Cruz might have been on earlier, but Tatonchi's now on. And the turnover from Cruz. Now Barr going. Can he go all the way through? Nice tackle, though, from Tatonchi. Wins it and can't keep it in there, Ryan. But nice run there was Cherno Barr, who has just come on recently. Nice spin by DeWitt. Slorenka there, strong in defence. Can he get to it? And almost kept it in. Very, very dangerous for the Cobras if that had stayed in. But the referee's call was it was just out. Cruz now. Tatonchi long and cleared by Bharat Jar. 1-on-1 with Lachlan Ryan. Ryan often does play in that target position along with Dexter Hard and also Zephyr McPherson. There's Cruz. Finds a lot of space now for Florenka. Florenka gets it through to Ryan. Ryan has a bit of time. No one there on the receiving end. Now on the counter comes Barr. Barr through to DeWitt. DeWitt, can he get a shot off? He can't. But a nice bit of attack from the Arqam Eagles. And they will want to be very careful, obviously conceding those last 2 goals against Inter Perth last week, especially the final goal. They all kind of ran up and got caught out defensively. And a lot of the discussion in that timeout was making sure that the Cobras plan will be wanting the Eagles to get sucked in on the Eagles attack. And here is a chance for Dylan DeToro and big block by Florenka. But you can see a new strategy for the Eagles is making sure they always have 1 or 2 defenders back at all times, even on the attack. Because like I said last week, that was what cost them the win, or at least some points. Now here the Eagles have a chance, and there is the block on the Jar shot. Jar might have another crack again. Joel DeToro to give off. All the way back to Jar. Jar long ball. DeWitt's 1-on-1. Chests it down, finds Barr. But now it looks like Ryan controlling that, and he does that so often. He's so hard to beat when he's got the ball, and he ends up getting beat here though. So well done by DeWitt. DeWitt will bring it in from a side ball. Or in fact, it's Barr. DeWitt gives it back to Barr. Chance, long ball by Ashmore. Ryan is there. Chance on his left, and a massive save. What a save by Nick Kirkby. A certain goal. And I think he just got his right hand up to stop that. That was going straight into the back of the net. And now Tatonchi will have a corner. And Pizzuto is now one for the Cobras. Looks like Gonzalez coming on for the Eagles in a minute for his first time in the game. Joe DeToro, got Pizzuto there on the counter. As now McPherson comes on for Ryan. Cruz goes off. Looks like for Milimarchi. Cobras making a few subs. Here's Pizzuto, good ball. Gets it through to McPherson. McPherson, bit of contact there. Now a chance. Tatonchi cuts it to his outside in the middle. And almost McPherson, can he get it out of there? No. Big by Kirkby. And it will be an Arqam Eagles ball as Joel DeToro comes off along with Barr. And Gonzalez now does come on for the Arqam Eagles. Along with Lenny Leven. Or in fact, yes, it is Lenny Leven. Here's Leven. Ball goes out into touch. Jar. All the way back to Kirkby. Kirkby goes long. Turnover. Pizzuto's onto it. But he might have lost it. They'll end up with it though hard. Milimarchi. Chance for McPherson. Big save by Kirkby. Massive start to this game so far from Nick Kirkby. A number of certain goals, as you see on that replay, a number of certain goals saved. And here's Milimarchi. And that'll end up back with the captain, Nick Kirkby. Long ball, does it get through? No. Hard is there to clear. And back on as well is Dylan DeToro. Long ball, Levin there, but Hard gets there. And that shot from Gonzalez never looked likely. Just wide left and not a whole lot on it. But definitely worth a shot. He's got a cannon of a boot. There's Nicolas Gonzalez. He's created a number of big opportunities before. Now here is Hard. Hard to Milamachi, back to Pizzuto. Pizzuto through the middle now. Will he go all the way? He'll give it off. McPherson, shot blocked by Dylan DeToro. And so far an even game, but it's been good viewing. Very intense. No goals scored yet, but strong defensive from both sides. Pizzuto might have finished, no. And that ends up going straight to the hands of Kirkby now. Dylan DeToro, long ball. It's a good ball, and almost one of the goals of the season if that had been finished. But not quite from Jar Jar. But a great ball there. Dylan DeToro finding Jar Jar on that top left post. Now Hard. Hard goes down the line. He might get a shot off, or in fact he'll try and find McPherson, who he couldn't get it to. Now Levin for the Eagles. And back to Jar Jar, and the block comes in from McPherson, putting good pressure on. Kirkby goes back to Jar Jar. Long ball, and dangerous for the Cobras, almost getting over the head of Jaden Ashmore. Reminds me of a similar goal that Dan Formato scored earlier this season. Obviously he was the keeper, but Dan Formato actually conceded my mistake. It was Calderon from the longer Barter managing to get it over Formato's head, and that one almost did the same thing with Jaden Ashmore. Now it's Dexter Hard. Levin, back to Jar Jar, and he will lose it. And the Cobras, will they go quick or will they restart? Hard wants to go quick with a shot, and Dexter Hard with the opening goal of the evening for the West Coast Cobras. Massive goal, and that's gone through all of the defence and Nick Kirkby, and the Cobras take an early lead. As you see on that replay, Dexter Hard has been so good this season, and showing why right there. He leads the Cobras not only in goals, now with 13 goals, but leading in assists with 5. So he's been a lot of their attacking threat this year, Dexter Hard. Keep in mind, Miguel Oliveira is missing from the Arqam Eagles, as well as Sami Atta, Tarek Atta, as well as all the Attas are not here. So they are missing a few players as well, the Eagles. Luke Ross missing from the Cobras, along with Noah Lummett. So a few players out from both sides, and McPherson will just clear that, and that will come off the Eagles. But Oliveira, a big loss because he's scored a number of goals this season. He's right up there with his total of 11 goals from his 9 games, as well as Asa. Sami Asa has been their strongest facilitator. So that's a big loss as well. That ball won't get to Nolan and it'll end up going out. That is just over 10 minutes remaining in this first half. 1-0 the lead for the West Coast Cobras, and we'll be back with you very soon.
Leave me some. If there is no switch, you stick to that fucking edge. You fight with that leg, okay? That is how that goal came about. One, we gave him the middle open testing. And 2, there was no switch.
And you can hear just in the timeout break, the coach of the Arqam Eagles just instructing his team to not give any space And they gave a lot of space there to Dexter Hart on that. Shot attempt and would you know, straight into the back of the net. We'll find out now if the Eagles do lock down stronger defensively. They have been good. It was obviously just that lapse, which led to that goal by Hard. And 1 goal the lead for the Cobras, almost halfway through this first half. It's been a tight game. Both teams have had a few chances. And it will be a Eagles possession through Dylan DeToro, who uses Leven. Back to Dylan DeToro. Long ball, but Lockie Ryan gets he's back on it. Now Leven. Good ball by DeWitt. Leven going through. Can he get all the way through? He can't. Now Florenka, chance 2-on-2 on the counter. Florenka still going. Tried to get out to Ryan in the end, I think. Dylan DeToro now though. Tries to go to DeWitt. Nolan there. Florenka, Ryan, Pizzuto, and they'll reset. Florenka, Pizzuto. Combining a number of times. Now Nolan takes off. Leven strong on defense. Leven might have a shot here, Willie. And he's going to lose it. He will run out of real estate. And the Cobras will take back possession through their goalkeeper, Jaden Ashmore. And that is the halfway mark of this first half of futsal. And Pizzuto now off to Nolan. Florenka, Nolan. The Cobras happily moving this ball around in the defensive half, trying to find a hole in the defense of the Arqam Eagles. Pizzuto out to Florenka, waited for Leven to get close. Pizzuto will get it back here. Now he'll take it down the line. Walter Michael there, tried to go through his legs. Walter Michael strong though. And the Eagles will restart. Dylan DeToro takes his time. Slowly moves it forward, goes out to his right to Leven. Now across the face to Walter Michael. Long ball, can it find DeWitt? DeWitt! Almost. Big save by Ashmore, but a big chance for Faniel DeWitt. And almost there again. Pizzuto cops it. Now Ryan. Goes all the way, does he? He might lose it here. He will at the hands of Barr. Barr out to DeWitt. Barr! Almost. Ashmore save. Massive moment. Barr and DeWitt combining and almost beating Ashmore, but he was up to the task. Now Florenka going down the line. Now through the middle. He's still going and he kept his feet so well. And that will win a Cobras ball from the side. Cruz, Pizzuto, and that will be last off of Abel Walter Michael. Long ball here to Florenka. Florenka takes his time. He goes to Orion. Now Cruz has Pizzuto in the middle. Florenka gets in the way and it's going to end up with Kirkby. Dylan DeToro, Walter Michael. DeToro again. Now Walter Michael again. Turnover dangerously. Cruz is there. And DeWitt will get back, forcing a reset from the West Coast Cobras. Orion, Pizzuto, gets it to Ryan. And a nice little back roll to Cruz. Now Florenka. Cruz. Florenka again, this time tries to go to Ryan, but loses. Walter Michael, can he get it through? It was just behind the target in Barr. Probably could have had a shot there, Walter Michael. It's 8 minutes and just under. And McPherson comes on to play that target role for Ryan. Blocked there from Cruz. Brought in now. Dylan DeToro. Blocked by McPherson strong. DeToro gets it through and just Barr couldn't control it. In fact, it was DeWitt trying to get that through to Barr. Here's Pizzuto. Cruz. Gets it through to Hard. Hard. Intended target was McPherson, but strong defense by Dylan DeToro. Didn't let him have any room. And Kirkby will bring it back into play for the Eagles with a long throw. Can he get to DeWitt? Just over his head. Not far off, but very, very good ball. McPherson turns to his right, gets a shot off, and Zephyr McPherson gets it. And the West Coast Cobras lead by 2 goals here. 13 minutes into this first half, and brilliant turn by McPherson. Playing that target role, just came on for Ryan. He turned to his right and then found that left corner. Brilliantly beat his defender. And the Cobras now take a 2-goal lead, which is exactly what they were after. And now just a bit of discussion going on between Joel DeToro, Nick Kirkby, as well as Tyner Campos. Joel DeToro not happy with a bit of contact from McPherson.
You can't pull him.
McPherson now putting pressure. Walter Michael there. Dylan DeTore pressured by McPherson. Pizzuto now on the defence, and McPherson gets a foot in and did very well. Here's Barr. Walter Michael gets it through. DeWitt. Chance! And is a foul called? Looks like it is. Will a card be given? It doesn't appear so. But a chance now for the Arqam Eagles to get 1 goal back. Here is DeWitt. What can he put together? Got a few options. Look at the goal, is just off the line. In a chance, and DeWitt with the block made. Chance again, Barr. That was going to find the bottom left. But another block. Walter Michael comes flying in, and the foul is called. Contact made with Ashmore. And it will be a Cobras ball. Here is Pizzuto. Defended by Walter Michael. Pizzuto takes him on through the middle. Gets a shot off. Blocked by Barr. And in the end, it will be a side ball for the Cobras, I thought, but no, it's an Eagles ball. Here's Dylan DeToro. Gets it through. DeWitt. Out to Walter Michael, but not enough on that. Ashmore easily with that save. Now Pizzuto. Nicely gets it through to Dexter Hard. Hard now to McPherson. Now Hard. Can he get it through again? But a big block there by Dylan DeToro. And Dexter Hard will have a corner here for the Cobras. Looks like just a bit of cleaning up needed to be done on the court before we get back underway. It'll be Dexter Hard to take here. Hard through, can't get to McPherson. Now on the counter, Barr, 1-1 with Cruz. Couple step overs, still going. Will a foul be called? It is. It's called on Cruz and a yellow given. And the Arqam Eagles will get given a chance now to get back into this game. Did appear to be contact made, so probably a fair foul. As it now would be Walter Michael to take. Ryan and Tatonchi on the wall, along with DeWitt there. And they're on 4 fouls, the Cobras, with 6 minutes to go. Chance, is it going to get through? It looks like it's going to be a free kick given to the Cobras. Indirect free kick given. Must have been the Arqam Eagles player too close to where the set piece was getting taken from. Now Hard. Pizzuto gets it through to Hard, does he? Well, he gets it through to Ryan. And Ryan, in the end, can't control it well enough to keep possession for the Cobras. But still a 2-goal lead for the West Coast Cobras here. And the Arqam Eagles need the next one. DeToro gets it through to Walter Michael. Walter Michael with a shot and almost. It's just wide left. It has not been the season that the Arqam Eagles would have envisioned coming into this summer season. But if they can find a win here tonight, which obviously they've got a bit of work to do to get that done, they'll get a lot of confidence. Hard back to Pizzuto and almost deflected in. So close to going in. And it's still the 2-goal lead. See that replay. Show that the deflection almost went in. Now Dexter Hard. Hard goes to Pizzuto. Shot and another save there by Kirkby in that bottom left. And that was going in. Pizzuto to Hard again. And that might have been off Ryan. And it is. So Dylan DeToro will take the ball. He will go to Kirkby. Back to DeToro. Dylan DeToro. Now to Joel DeToro. Now Dylan DeToro tries to find Walter Michael, but Ryan is there. Tatonchi to Pizzuto. Pizzuto back to Tatonchi and wide right. Brilliant play by the Cobras. Great passing, but couldn't quite finish as you see that. Just couldn't get the accuracy on the shot there, could Mo Tatonchi. Now Jar Jar to Joel DeToro. Now Dylan DeToro, pressured by Tatonchi. Joel DeToro, will he go back to Dylan? He might, and he will. Here he is. Goes to Joel DeToro, back to Dylan DeToro. Tatonchi almost gets a steal. He can't quite get that intercept, and Hard just hammers it away. Long ball here by Kirkby. Walter Michael defended by Hard. And Hard with the bump. And that's going to be, is it a Cobras ball? Appears to be. And it's a turnover, it is, almost. Almost Walter Michael, just wide. A crucial turnover, just behind the intended target. I believe Tatonchi was the target. Now Ryan gives it to Milamachi. Pizzuto. Out to Ryan. Milamachi, can he get there? He can't. Now Walter Michael. Dylan DeToro. We'll use Joel DeToro. Go back to Dylan Willie. He won't. He'll go to Walter Michael. Tatonchi defending. Now out to Jar Jar. Now Joel DeToro goes through. Ryan there, strong use of the body. And DeToro goes down. And now Ashmore off to Tatonchi. Really tight game so far. You'd say the Cobras have probably had the better of the passing game, but the Eagles have definitely not been out of this game. They're right in it. That is brilliant by Julian Milamachi, beating Joel DeToro, and now the finish. Is it in from Flynn Nolan? It looks like it is. It's finished. What a strike by Flynn Nolan. Found the right corner, and it's called a goal. And it looks like it was the inside post. What a strike that was. You see Milamachi. It ended up with Flynn Nolan, caught the right woodwork. And you can't really tell from that angle, but it has been called a goal. And that is 3 goals now from the West Coast Cobras. And the Eagles need to lift if they want to get back in this game. And now, going to be brought back in for Nicholas Gonzalez. Out to Jar Jar, McPherson putting pressure on. Now Dylan DeToro pressured by Milamachi. Kirkby will clear. It'll end up with Gonzalez. Can he finish? He may be able to. He'll go out, Jar Jar, and they'll have to reset and lose it. What a chance for Gonzalez. He just couldn't get his footing. And a corner to be taken now by Milamachi. Chance, big block by Nolan. Milamachi now from the sideline. Has Florenka waiting. Florenka back to Milamachi with a back roll. Turnover. Joel DeToro trying to get past Milamachi. And he does. No foul called. Long ball by Ashmore. Now McPherson controls that very nicely. Can he get a shot off McPherson? He can, but a big block coming in from Jar Jar. And the Cobras now really threatening to go up by 4. Nolan back to Florenka. Florenka through to McPherson. And they'll lose it. Now Joel DeToro. Still going. McPherson gets back on D. Does very well. Dylan DeToro. Gonzalez. Florenka gets in there with a boot. Dylan DeToro. And McPherson's flying every which way, playing such strong high press play. McPherson goes down. Dylan DeToro, everything going on. Can he get it through to Gonzalez? He can! Gonzalez DeToro almost. And a great play by the Arqam Eagles, but unable to finish. And it'll be Marco Florenka now from the side. Might be a turnover almost. Ashmore goes long, and now Kirkby. 3 minutes and just over remaining. Kirkby with a long ball. Here's Dylan DeToro. Gonzalez, good ball through. And I think Joel DeToro left that thinking Jar Jar was going to be running onto it, but he was not. A few subs made for either team now. What impact will those substitutions have? Here is Cruz coming up the broadcast flank. Tries to get it to Hard, can't. Now it's Cruz still. Pressured by Barr and wins the contest there, Barr. Brilliant defense. And now the Eagles in defense. High press being implemented by the Cobras. Can they get out of it here? The Arqam Eagles. Barr, long ball. Chance for Gonzalez, just can't get a foot to it, and cleared straight into the camera. And that will be an Arqam Eagles ball. And here is a block from Hard. Now Kirkby. Long ball. That's out of the reach of everyone. Bit of a wasted play there, but had to get rid of it. And now the Cobras will retake possession. Cobras are now moving it around in the middle of the court. Here's Pizzuto. Defended by Jar Jar. Still going Pizzuto, and that's just out of the reach of Claudia Cruz. On comes Leven for the Arqam Eagles. This long ball is intercepted by Florenka. Gonzalez, no foul called. Florenka went down. He's not happy. But now Barr, defended by Dexter Hard. Will the foul be called? It will be for a push. And there's a push called on Hard. And that is 5 fouls. That is 5 fouls for the West Coast Cobras. And with 2 minutes to go.
It's uphill. What planet is that not a yellow?
That's 2 minutes to go in this first half. And Dexter Hard probably fortunate not to receive any card.
Not a foul.
In fact, there's no foul called. From this angle, it looked like it was a push, but we obviously don't have the best angle here, so you'd expect the referee does have the best view of it. And no foul is called. And now 2 minutes to go. 3-0 is the score. Florenka. Pizzuto back to Florenka. Now Hard. Gets it back to Pizzuto. Can he keep it in? He can for a while at least. And that'll be off with Cruz. Leven uses Gonzalez. Gonzalez through to Barr, defended by Pizzuto. Now Hard gets in there. Barr, Florenka, strong defensively, gets a block in, and it'll force a reset from the Eagles through Leven. Leven Gives it off to Bar. 1.5 minutes to go. The Eagles would love to get one back here. Gonzalez tries to get it back to Bar. Does well. Pizzuto comes in. As does Florenka. Bar, can he get a shot off? He can't. And the Cobras survive. Ashmore off to Florenka. Florenka finds Pizzuto. Pizzuto to Hard. Back to Pizzuto. Here's a chance. He keeps it in. Back roll to Florenka. Nice turn. Gets it somehow to Hard. Did Florenka. Pressure from the defense. But Florenka. Hard might go all the way. But a big save by Kirkby. A great play by Florenka. I was about to say, getting that out to Dexter Hard. And now he will win the Cobras a corner. He goes to Pizzuto. Pizzuto with a shot and high. Long ball, Walter Michael and Pizzuto. Pizzuto gets a boot to it. Levin, can he get a shot off? Pressured by Tatonchi. And that will end in the hands of Ashmore off of the boot of Cruz. Pizzuto takes his time. Thought about the run. Here is Hard out to Tatonchi. And Matthew Brady now on for the West Coast Cobras for, I believe, his first minutes of potentially MSL game. And here he is, Brady, does well, controls it nicely. Goes out wide, uses Tatonchi. Tatonchi, defended by 2 Eagles, and loses it. And now a chance for Bar, 19 seconds to go for the Eagles to get one back. Bar, Tatonchi gets back. And him getting back was all he needed. Bar disappointed with himself. And it will be a West Coast Cobras ball with 14 seconds left in this half. And Jake Pizzuto now moves the ball forward, takes it on, gives it off to Tatonchi, and tries to find Brady at that back post, and it wasn't far off. And 3 seconds to go in the half. Maybe one more chance for the Eagles, just with a long ball at the keeper. But you think that's all over for the half. Pizzuto heads it up, and that will do us. A pretty enthralling first half of futsal, and whilst the Eagles have had their chances, they haven't executed, and the West Coast Cobras are taking a 3-goal lead into the halftime break. We'll be back with you in just a few moments, so stay with us. As we just see the stats for that opening half, and the West Coast Cobras well in control of the passing game, as well as possession. Possession, though, a bit closer, but as they so often do, the Cobras, they move the ball around very well. The total shot count, Cobras also in control, about double, or exactly double the on-target shots. So I think that what that does indicate 3-0 is probably about roughly where the game probably deserves to be at the moment in terms of the way the stats are looking. So 3-0 is the score. The Eagles, though, have a lot of time to get back into this game. So make sure you don't go anywhere, because we could have an exciting finish to come. And welcome back, as we are about to commence proceedings for the second half of futsal here, with the West Coast Cobras taking on the Arqam Eagles. Here is Walter Michael, back to Joel Toro, and that ball is out of the reach of DeWitt, and the Cobras will take back. To Tonchi, to Pizzuto. Pizzuto down the line to Ryan, who does well to bring it back into play. To Tonchi, Nolan. Out wide to Pizzuto. Pizzuto moves the ball into the middle. Now goes out to his left to Nolan, who hits Pizzuto back up, who now finds to Tonchi. Now they've got a bit of space, the Cobras. Nolan tries to take on DeWitt, and did, but Kirkby there ends up clearing. And that one almost getting through, but Kirkby there. That's a long ball. Can Walter Michael get to it? He can, but it's going to come off the back of his head. Now Pizzuto pounces on the counter-attack. Goes out to Ryan. Pizzuto, nice move there and a big block. But it was a nice little move to his outside, creating space for himself, but couldn't finish. And there's a chance, and Nolan almost hits the roof. Nolan just with a shot there. Normally he's pretty good, pretty accurate with his shot, but not remotely close. But now Joel Toro ends up with Tom Robles playing his first minutes in a while in the MSL, coming on for Jaden Ashmore for this second half. Pizzuto. Back to Tonchi. Now Nolan. Has Lockie Ryan. Chance now. Joel Toro on the intercept. DeWitt. Big save by Robles. And now Nolan, pressured by Walter Michael. Walter Michael goes back, and a foul will be called. And the foul there called on Abel Walter Michael. And good contest there by both. Is now to Tonchi, will bring it back under play, into play. To Tonchi. Goes to Pizzuto. Pizzuto gets it to Ryan. Back to Pizzuto. What a ball that was by Ryan. Almost got there. DeWitt. DeWitt takes off. And it's going to end up back with Ryan. Tonchi calling Pizzuto to wait. Now goes back to him. And that's a good ball. Through to Tonchi. Ryan got a foot in there though. And it will be Ryan's ball, but a good start for the Cobras in this second half. Creating a few early chances. Now it's Nolan. To Tonchi, back to Nolan. Now to Tonchi again. Pizzuto gets it through to Ryan. To Tonchi out to Nolan now. And they're just moving the ball as they were for most of this, well, the first half. And all of this second half has pretty much been a Cobras possession game. Pizzuto gets it to Tonchi. And that's turned over, trying to get it to Ryan. Well done by Joel Toro. Walter Michael. Now Dylan DeToro. Uses Joel DeToro. Now DeWitt. Can they go forward? They can. Walter Michael. Defended by Ryan. Pizzuto now gets the intercept. Now he takes off through the middle. Gets it through to Ryan. Ryan has Pizzuto and you take the shot himself. He's still got a chance. Pizzuto now. Ryan almost. And how on earth have they not finished that one, the Cobras? As they went back and forth with each other a few times, Ryan and Pizzuto. And Ryan probably should have finished that, but just wide. Still a 3-goal lead though for the Cobras. Long ball now. Walter Michael. And Nolan will come off for the Cobras. It looks like Gonzalez to come on for the Eagles. Ryan also making his way off to the bench for the Cobras. Long ball, and we will restart that play. Okay, yellow card was given to Claudio Cruz. Oh, was it DeToro? It looks like Cruz gets a yellow as well as Dylan DeToro. And I believe it was DeToro not letting the game get restarted. Cruz talked back and has received a yellow. We just have a small break in play, just a bit of discussion about what actually just went on then. And is that in fact a red? It must be a red. Is that a second yellow? I think he was given a yellow and he did get a yellow earlier in the game. And it looks like for saying something, I believe, to the referee, that is a red card for the West Coast Cobras. And now the Eagles have a chance to get right back into this game. Gonzalez. Here's a chance. Dylan DeToro, can they make the most? They've got until about 15 minutes and 25 seconds to get one back. And here is Kirkby. Out to Gonzalez. Dylan DeToro. Chance. Can they get one in? They can! And DeWitt, and what a change of momentum is that Cruz red second yellow card going to be in this game. Score is now 3-1, and they're right back in at the Arqam Eagles. An immediate response, which has now put a bit of pressure on the Cobras, who had been in control for most of that second half. So until that moment, long ball, and that will go out. And the Cobras need to not panic here, and the Eagles need to really make the most of this confidence boost and this momentum change in the game. Now here's Dylan DeToro. Gives it off to Barr. Now DeWitt, defended by Pizzuto. Pizzuto there, has his hard. He gets it through both of them. McPherson comes in. Now Barr, DeToro. Goes to Gonzalez. Now DeWitt just ran over it there. Barr still. Is a foul called? It is. And that foul is going to result in a yellow for Tom Robles. And a chance for the Eagles to all of a sudden turn this game into a 3-2 deficit when Lachlan Ryan had a chance to make it 4-0 not that long ago. And now a chance for the Eagles. It looks like Dylan DeToro might take this, or it's Gonzalez also waiting. The wall set up for the Cobras. And here it is. Can it be finished? Almost somehow avoids the back of the net. Coming off Pizzuto last. And now Gonzalez. The goal must have moved. Gonzalez from the corner. Gets it through. Hard clears. Now McPherson takes off. Strong defense by the Eagles, but now Florenka ends up with it. Now loses it. DeWitt on the counter. Can they finish? No. Big drive by Robles that goes out wide right. Looks like a timeout called by the West Coast Cobras. And 3-1 is the score. 16 minutes to go in a frantic 4 minutes of play in this second half. And we'll be back with you very shortly, so don't go anywhere.
Bakasai, that third restart put a motor straight into him, and Syed, with no hesitation, boots it straight to the back of the net.
Short ball to Toro, brilliant turn, to Toro, big save from Ardo, what a Michael! That's a monumental save from Famato. Michael will be wondering how he doesn't have a brace.
And we are back as we resume in this second half, and it's been what has felt like a very long 4 minutes of play. We see a red card given and a goal as well. And now Robles with a long ball and ends up going straight into touch, and it's an Eagles ball now. And they've got all the momentum, the Arqam Eagles. De Toro, that's the Dylan De Toro, now Gonzalez gives it off. DeWitt, can he turn hard? Hard, strong defensively. Gets it to Florenka. Florenka in the middle now. Takes off, goes back to Pizzuto. Pizzuto through to hard. And DeWitt strong in defense, getting a block in. Hard will bring it back into play. And there he is trying to get it through to Pizzuto, but that's Bar strong. Here is Pizzuto in the middle of the court. Tries to get it through, almost. Gonzalez there though. Now DeWitt, and that one goes out. And Hard will bring it in. Good ball by Hard, finds McPherson with a shot, and a must, that save was absolutely required because that looked like it was going in. Kirkby there getting his right hand out and stopping that goal. As Pizzuto will bring it in from the side, has Hard, he's got a lot of space, he'll shoot, and big block there by DeWitt. Pizzuto there, brings it back in. Now DeWitt, off to Bar, big win there by Hard, is the ball still in? It wasn't, and it's going to be an Eagles ball, is it? It looks like now it will be a Cobras ball. And Pizzuto will be bringing it in. Pizzuto to Nolan. Now Pizzuto again. He goes to Hard. Hard tried to get that through, but good defense by Bar. I think even if that did get through, it was going to be hard for Nolan. As Nolan will now bring it in from the sideline. There's Nolan. Can he finish? He had Hard waiting at that back post, but it didn't get to him. And now you get a corner though. Pizzuto waiting wide open here. Will they go in? No, they'll go to Pizzuto. Pizzuto with a right foot shot. And it'll end up back with Robles. Here's Jake Pizzuto. He'll go long, he'll find Zephyr McPherson. He does well to control that, but DeWitt gets a boot in, and also strong defensive presence there shown by DeWitt. To Tonchi, out to Nolan. DeWitt, can he get in there? He can. He'll win the ball back. Bar there now. McPherson and Bar. Bit of a tussle, and I think a foul will be called on McPherson, is it? Or is it Bar? It's on McPherson. Now Dylan DeToro. Off to Bar. Under a bit of pressure here. Does that get through? Nolan will just let that run. Can they keep it in? Bar can keep it in. Still going. And in the end, Robles with the last laugh. But a big play there as Lachlan Ryan comes on for Zephyr McPherson. That ball might go over Ryan's head. And it does. Kirkby onto it. Jar Jar, Dylan DeToro. DeWitt, great ball. Dylan DeToro, chance for Gonzalez. One-on-one with Tatonchi. Tatonchi gets a foot in. Did brilliantly, as did Ryan. Jar Jar back to DeWitt. And in the end, it'll be Tom Robles ending up with it. Now to Tatonchi, out to Nolan. He'll reset to Tatonchi, and now to Pizzuto. Pizzuto gets it through to Ryan. Pizzuto made the run. Ryan didn't go there. Now Nolan. Back to Pizzuto. Pizzuto out to... No, Nolan out to Pizzuto. Pizzuto's shot was high. And it will be an Eagles ball, and it looks like they're not going to allow any space. At least try not to allow any space for the Eagles. And that forces the long ball, and it's now Robles. He goes to Pizzuto. He goes through the middle. And how does he find Ryan? He does. Ryan has Pizzuto at the back post, but nicely defended by Jar Jar. To Witt now, 2-on-1. Gets a shot off, but a big block by Tatonchi. Pizzuto's now got space, and he has the run from Nolan, and he didn't get enough on that. Walter Michael gets it through, and that'll be just cleared by Robles. That brings an end to a pretty chaotic few moments of play, back and forth counter-attacks for either team. Now Walter Michael goes to Jar Jar, who is defended by Tatonchi. Walter Michael, DeWitt, and almost got back to DeWitt there, but just out of his reach. Twelve and a half minutes to go. 3-1 still the score. And there's a long ball, which doesn't end up with anyone. Now Dylan DeToro uses Joel DeToro. Gets it through to Walter Michael. Walter Michael now defended by all the Cobras really are back now. Tatonchi does well there defensively. And Pizzuto might have to clear. He loses it. Chance, Walter Michael, goal! And the Arqam Eagles are back within one. The turnover there, I think, by Pizzuto. And the Arqam Eagles pounce. And at 3-2 is the score. And yes, Chermo Bar has had a great debut, and I'm sure he'll be back on soon. And the Arqam Eagles, despite not having a whole lot of possession, especially in the second half, but also for a lot of the first half, have managed to outscore the Cobras by 2 goals in the half. Now hard to respond, almost. And the Cobras survive that. And Abel Walter Michael, what a goal to bring them back in the game. It'll be hard now from the side. He's got Florenka there. Florenka with a shot and almost beating Kirkby. Big save by Nick Kirkby. Now Jar Jar gets it through to Walter Michael. Can Leven get to it? He can't. But he now defends Florenka very well and win the ball. Long ball here by Jar Jar. Nolan pounces though. Can they get one back to the Cobras? Dexter Hard almost got it through to McPherson. And in the end, it's going to be an Eagles ball, is it? Last off of Dexter Hard.
Who's where? Follow the run,
Long ball. Florenka intercepted it, ended up with Leven. Florenka back on it now. And now McPherson, Nolan, and they were steady. Just over 11 minutes to go in the game. Nolan out to Florenka. And he was expecting the run from Nolan, and Nolan wasn't there in time. And the Arqam Eagles, after going down in heartbreaking fashion last week to Inter, they led the whole game in that one. This time they haven't led, but they're coming back hard as that one goes into the broadcast booth. And Joel DeToro will take. And will they go quick? No. They'll steady it. Here is Jar Jar. Joel DeToro back to Jar Jar. DeToro again. Leven gets it through, back to Joel DeToro. Still going, almost turned it over. McPherson did well. But it'll be an Eagles ball. Chance here, hard, 2-on-1, can't get it to McPherson, probably could have shot. Now a 2-on-1 the other way. Leven, 1-on-1 with Nolan, probably should have gone to Jar Jar when he had the chance. And in comes Marco Florenka, he had Jar Jar wide open and probably should have gone early at that back post. Now Walter Michael, long ball, trying to get it to Jar Jar, hard. And now McPherson off too hard again. As Pizzuto's back on, he'll get it from hard. He will almost give it to Florenka, rethink that, and the deflection ends up with Hard. Hard gets it back from Florenka. Hard takes on Joel DeToro. He should finish this. Now they might finish it. Florenka somehow, Hard could have shot. Florenka almost had it when the keeper was out of play, and somehow the Cobras don't finish that one. And they've had a few chances like that. 3-2 is the lead, and that's just over the halfway point in this second half.
Dexter, Julian's coming on, you got to pivot, all right?
3-2 is the score. 1 goal margin, and the Eagles are pressing hard. And speaking of hard, Hard gives it to Florenka. And here he is again. Off to Pizzuto. Pizzuto uses Florenka. Defended by Jar Jar. Florenka through to Hard. Back to Florenka. Keeps his feet. Ends up with Kirkby. Now a chance. Joel DeToro. Walter Michael needs to get that ball. Did he get ball? Did he get leg? Ref calls ball. And that's going to be off of Hard. And the Eagles will take back possession.
Lucky, ready. Lucky,
And here is Jar Jar to bring it back into play. And here is Jar Jar to bring it in. Leven and Coach John Goodlich just advising, don't let the same thing happen as what happened when they played South Perth down in Port Kennedy. That game, the Cobras had a 3-1 lead and ended up tying 3-3 and lucky to win it, lucky to get a point in the end with a last-second save by Jaden Ashmore. Long ball, chance, and almost Joel DeToro so close. If he had just kept that down, Robles would have been in all sorts of trouble. Now Robles will bring it out of goals with just over 9 minutes remaining in this game of futsal. Pizzuto goes to Florenka, trying to go through the middle, and he does so well. He always keeps his feet so brilliantly. He goes through the whole team, and Leven on the last line manages to save the day for the Eagles. And it'll be taken here by Julian Milimarchi back on for the Cobras. He'll give it off to Pizzuto on his left, and not a whole lot of power behind that, as there often isn't on his left. As now Milimarchi will bring it in from the sideline. Ryan, shot, and that's high and right. And the Arqam Eagles will bring it back now through Kirkby. Long ball, can DeWitt get there? He can't, but Nolan will clear and it'll be an Eagles ball. Here is Barr. He's back on. Leven. Back to Kirkby. Long ball to Wits. And high wide. Big chance though. Robles through, turnover, Barr onto it, but Barr overruns it. Now Ryan out to Nolan, surely they score here. And it's behind it's behind Ryan and Milimarchi was Nolan's ball. And the Eagles now get another chance. Long ball by Kirkby. And there's DeWitt again. He keeps it in. DeWitt almost. And there's Robles, and is that a foul? That is a foul called on DeWitt. Here is Nolan. Milimarchi. Can he get it through? He can't. Joel DeToro now has a few options. Barr through to DeWitt, almost a handball. Gets it through, back to Barr. And that will be, is it a corner? No, it's a goal kick for, a goal ball for Tom Robles. And a few chances in a row now for the Arqam Eagles. Now Lachlan Ryan. Ryan goes all the way back, and he had to, and he did well to get it to Nolan. Now Barr's behind the Cobras. Pizzuto, good ball. Gets it through to Nolan. Nolan now has space. Milimarchi, can he get it through? Gets a shot off. Saved by Kirkby. And now DeWitt. Goes through, finds Barr one-on-one with Pizzuto. Now DeWitt. Another save by Robles. And Robles somehow stopped that one. And that ball ends up with Leven. And it's in! And the Arqam Eagles have tied the game. And that ball and the assist will go to Joel DeToro. Absolutely unintentional, but if you see that replay, I think Joel DeToro might have even had a shot and he almost missed the ball completely and it ended up straight with Leven, I believe. And a goal for the Eagles, and 3-0 is now 3-all. And the Arqam Eagles have tied the game. Now Hard. Defended by DeWitt. Gets it through to McPherson. McPherson loses it. Now Leven back to Kirkby. And that's long. And it's going to be back to Tom Robles, and he'll let that go. Now, what a frantic game. Cobras had a few chances early in this half to go up 4-0. And before you know it, it is 3-3. And the foul call there on DeWitt. And DeWitt and Hard not happy with each other. But play will be resumed. And I believe that's 4 fouls, is it, for the Arqam Eagles? 4 fouls for the Eagles, 2 for the Cobras. So they want to be careful. And the Cobras, whilst they'd be disappointed they're giving up a lead, they wouldn't want to lose their heads. They'd want to just focus on futsal and make sure that they can get a goal back, while the Eagles will be looking to ride the momentum of the last 3 goals that have brought them back to a level game of futsal. This has been a cracking game. Now Florenka, out to Hard, back to Florenka, back to Hard. And now Florenka again, and that's out of his reach. And that ball will be brought back. But just remarkable, what felt like it was really just going to be a matter of how much. When the Cobras were up 3-0, and not only 3-0, they were dominating every aspect of the game. All of a sudden, the Eagles are right back into it. Florenka goes down, and that's 5 fouls for the Arqam Eagles. Leven called for the foul, and a yellow. And another foul for the Eagles would send the Cobras to the 10-metre line. And on comes Flynn Nolan for the West Coast Cobras. There's a bit of discussion going on about what set piece they can put together here. What a remarkable game of futsal we have seen so far. It'll be Nolan and Hard. You'd think Dexter Hard might put something onto this. What can the Cobras muster up? Eagles set up defensively. Dexter Hard. Off to McPherson. Is that going to go in? No. And saved by Kirkby. Forcing a corner for the Cobras. And this ball is going to be lost by Florenka. The Eagles now to Toro. And that will be out of the reach of Levin. Or in fact, it's going to be an Eagles ball. And Joel de Toro will take. De Toro uses bar. Now a chance for Levin. Can the Eagles take the lead? DeWitt gets it through. And a foul called on McPherson. And it looks like, is it no penalty? And it won't be a penalty. It'll be a side ball holding called on McPherson. And now a chance for the Eagles to remarkably hit the lead. Here is Dylan de Toro and Joel de Toro. Looks like Joel will take. 6 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in this game. De Toro, and that's wide left. And probably the biggest upset of the season was earlier this season when the Cobras went down to Perth United. And this could be another contender if they do lose for another one of the bigger upsets. Condors also beating Coburn Wolves last night with another contender. Here is Hard. Now steady a little bit. Hard can get back onto that, and he does. Nolan gives it to Florenka. Florenka to Hard. Hard back to Florenka. And now Kirkby. And how brutal it would be if the Eagles lost this game after losing last week against another quality team. They would be very, very unlucky to come out of 2 games with no points if they were in fact to lose this game. But right now they've probably got the momentum and scores a level. Long ball by Florenka. Hard will get there. Hard now. Defended tightly. And that'll be a Cobras ball, is it? It is. And Hard will take. Bar there defending. Chance for Pizzuto, and that's high. And in fact, was there a deflection? Looks like there was. It'll be Dexter Hard to take. Hard. Can he get it through? Pizzuto almost. So close at that back post, but couldn't get anything on it. It was a tough ball, but a good one at that as well. Now it's a long ball. Bar only finds ahead of Nolan. In comes Bar again, flying through. Joel de Toro for the lead for Arqam. Can't do it. Nice save caught by Robles. Is that a handball going to be called? If it is, it's a 10-metre. Not called. Dylan de Toro. And that goes into touch. And big decision, because that would have sent them to the 10-metre penalty if the handball was called. Dylan de Toro all the way back. Here is DeWitt. Gets it through to Bar. Bar's onto it. Totonchi defending. And Totonchi clears. And it will be an Arqam Eagles ball with 6 minutes and just under remaining. DeWitt and Bar combining. Now Hard gets it out to Totonchi. Totonchi has speed. Goes out to his left. He might get a shot off. And he can't quite get there. But a brilliant run there by Mo Totonchi on that far flank. But the Eagles up to the task. Just enough in defence. Long ball, Dylan de Toro finds DeWitt. 1-1 with Hard, and Hard strong in defence. Now goes down. Could they finish it? Walter Michael can't get a shot off. DeWitt. Walter Michael still. And Nolan might have to just clear it. And he does. Barely. And now it's an Eagles ball. DeWitt. And across the face of goals. It looks like Lachlan Ryan will come on for the Cobras for Dexter Hard. What a game. And it really has been the Eagles having a lot of chances since they tied the game. Now to Tonchi though, down the line. Gives it, can't get it through to Hard. And it's going to be an Eagles ball. In fact, it will be a Cobras ball. And the Eagles on defence. As on comes Gonzalez. You think for a stint here, trying to break the deadlock. Nolan through to Pizzuto. Pizzuto back to Nolan, and the Cobras lead. Pizzuto with a back heel, finding Flynn Nolan. And the Cobras were looking for that goal to break the deadlock. And that is it right there. And 4-3 now the lead for the Cobras. And the Eagles now will need to bounce back. And just over 5 minutes remaining of this really unbelievable game of futsal. Now's Jar Jar. Pizzuto there at Walter Michael as well. Now Pizzuto gets it through. Can he? No. He's fighting it with Gonzalez. Now Ryan. Now Florenka goes down on Gonzalez. And that should be a 10-meter penalty. It will be. Gonzalez came in with the body. Florenka went down. And the Cobras will be going to the 10-meter line. And whilst it did look like the Eagles were about to take a lead not long ago, this would give the Cobras all of a sudden a 2-goal lead. And Dexter Hart is on to take that penalty. And this is to extend the lead from 1 goal to 2. And it's going to be hard taking on Kirkby. And here is Hard to give the Cobras a 2-goal lead. He will line up. Can he finish it? He can't, but can he get it on the follow-up? He can't. Now Pizzuto holds up, back heel to Florenka, and they might have to reset the Cobras. Great save by Kirkby. Florenka pressured by Jar Jar, and that'll be a Cobras ball. But a big save by Kirkby, keeping the Eagles in the game. Florenka can't get that through. Dylan DeToro gets it back here from Jar Jar. Now Hard pounces onto it. Gets it through to Florenka. Florenka back to Hard. Does he? No, he loses it. Now Walter Michael on the counter. Out to Gonzalez to tie the game. He can't. Wide right, left. Oh, wide right and high. Nice attempt though from Gonzalez. What a game. Robles. Dexter Hard. Takes things slow. Now goes to Florenka, back to Hard. Hard controls it well. Down goes Dylan DeToro, and a chance for Florenka is taken away after the foul is called. When Dylan DeToro went down, and a timeout will be called by the Arqam Eagles. 4-3 the score, 55 seconds, and we will be back with you. So make sure to not leave your seats. And a huge 4 or 5 minutes left, about 4 minutes left, I believe, of futsal here to come. As you see the goal scorers on the screen, Lucas Schutt's been so dominant this season. And we're about to get back underway now. It'll be Ryan, Pizzuto, Hard, and Florenka on for the Cobras. Here's Dylan DeToro, out to Jar Jar. Back to Dylan DeToro. What have both teams discussed at the timeout break? We're about to find out. Long ball, and that's going to go left of Tom Robles, right from his perspective. The Cobras now will get a chance to build. Here's a long ball. Ends up with Lockie Ryan. Brings it back into play. Here's Pizzuto, and he'll reset through Florenka. Florenka with a shot, blocked by Jar Jar, and Gonzalez clears. Pizzuto, too hard, and big block made. Pizzuto will bring it back in again. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Hard with a shot, and that's wide right. And on comes back DeWitt and Barr. Can they put one through for the Eagles? Is a foul called? No. They cannot afford any fouls. Didn't look like one there. Barr! Big save by Robles, and Pizzuto will clear. That'll be off of Ryan, you would think, is it? Or in fact, it's De Toro. So it'll be the Cobras ball. And Flynn Nolan goes long, finding McPherson, defended by De Toro, and loses it. McPherson putting pressure on. Kirkby. Out to Jar Jar. Jar Jar into Barr. That one doesn't get through. Now they can be punished. Dexter Hard went down. De Toro, Jar Jar. And the Eagles look to build again. Can they get that equaliser? Here's De Toro. Will they get through to Jar Jar? No. So close, and what a ball. Just out of the reach of Jar Jar. Long ball. This one finds McPherson. You get a shot off. And what a save by Kirkby. Contender for save of the week. That was a certain goal, and what a play by McPherson as well. Great futsal all round. And Kirkby made a number of saves throughout this game to really keep the Eagles in it. Now Nolan. Nolan with a shot and another save by Kirkby. This one's cleared. Pizzuto now will leave that, and it's a Cobras ball. Pizzuto to Tonchi. We go back to Pizzuto. Now he finds Nolan, who cuts it inboard on DeWitt. Here's a chance. McPherson can't get to it. Or in fact, he didn't get to him. Now Barr. Can the Eagles equalise? DeWitt! DeWitt almost through the legs of Robles, but Robles just up to the task. Now Pizzuto. Nolan. We'll go back to Pizzuto. 2 minutes to go now. Can the Cobras hold on? Can the Eagles equalise? Pizzuto takes it through to McPherson, controls it well, gets a shot off, or it might have tried to find Pizzuto at the back post, and there's another shot. And that one finds side net. And off comes Jar Jar, and on comes Joel De Toro, as looks like a foul has been called. And both teams now on 5 fouls. That is so crucial. Any foul now will lead to a 10-metre penalty. I believe it is 5 fouls. Now it's DeWitt. Joel De Toro, Dylan De Toro, good ball through to Joel. Shot blocked by Pizzuto.
Boys, 5 fouls. 5 fouls.
And it is, in fact, as you would have heard that, 5 fouls for either team. Chance for Barr, blocked by McPherson. You just feel like there's going to be some sort of 10-metre penalty for one of the teams in this last minute and a half. You get the feel. There might not be, but with how physical this game has been, there's every chance, and that ball doesn't get through to a target for DeWitt. Off comes to Tonchi, on comes Hard, and off goes Pizzuto for Marco Florenka. Long ball by Robles. There's McPherson, he'll get a shot on his right, almost again. The exact same result as just a moment ago, finding that right side net. Now is DeWitt. Florenka gets in there, they cannot foul either team. Florenka gets through the whole defense, and he beats Kirkby as well. And the West Coast Cobras, that may be enough. What a run by Marco Florenka, splitting 2 defenders in half, and then just getting past Kirkby. Didn't seem like a whole lot of power on the shot, but somehow Kirkby, the touch he got on it wasn't enough. And 5-3 makes it a very, very tall mountain to climb for the Arqam Eagles, but they're not out of it. They might bring on the 5th man, and they will. It'll be Dylan De Toro coming on. Here's Dylan DeToro playing in the 5th man role. Bar goes to DeToro. Turnover immediately and almost an immediate goal from McPherson, but Bar there. Goes to Walter Michael. Can DeWitt get a shot off? He does, but nowhere near it. And it'll be Robles now to bring it back into play. Robles to Hard, long ball by Florenka, finding McPherson. Now Pizzuto onto it. Florenka, they can put another one through. Florenka might do it again, almost. That one wide left. And Florenka is down. 50 seconds to go. And you hear the calls by Coach John Goodlich to press. Toro's combining. And now they will get the chance to press the Cobras.
Don't let it look even tighter. We need that energy now. Energy.
And here we go. Dylan DeToro off to Walter Michael. Walter Michael returns it almost to Joel DeToro, but Florenka there. 45 seconds to go for the Eagles to equalise. Joel DeToro gets it all the way through. Great ball to Dylan. Back to Joel. 40 seconds now. Here we go, back to Dylan. He's got space. Can he get a shot off? Joel might be able to here. Joel DeToro, pressured by Ryan, and Ryan might win this. He doesn't, but he's still there, Lachlan Ryan. Great pressure. Dylan DeToro, nice little spin. Big block by Pizzuto. Now Ryan tried to get a shot off, and that one doesn't make it past the roof. And 20 seconds to go. The Eagles are running out of time here. 5-3 is the score. Joel DeToro with a shot blocked by Marco Florenka. This to win the game. Not that it hasn't been won already, but it would have sealed it. You think it's all over now, though. Short ball. Joel DeToro out to Leven. Leven goes long, finds DeWitt. He goes to the back post. Walter Michael just behind him. And the West Coast Cobras are going to escape a huge fright given to them by the Arqam Eagles. They led 3-0. They coughed up that lead. It was 3-3 for a while when the Eagles were pressing, and 2 goals since that moment for the Cobras have been the difference, and that is it here at Perth Mod. What a game of futsal we've seen. The West Coast Cobras get the win in a tight, thrilling affair, 5-3, and the Eagles will be disappointed with the result, despite 2 games in a row now against quality opposition and getting so close in both of them. Don't leave your seats, because we've got a big game coming up between Rockingham, Cambio Cumbre and Longobarda Futsal Club. We go through the stats here, and as I mentioned earlier, the Cobras, whilst the Eagles got back into the game late, they still do lead on most of the stats count, but the Eagles did get back into it. So what a game we've just seen, and hopefully the next one is just as good as this one has been, and you can expect it will be. Thank you for watching, and hope you enjoy the next game as well. so I think that should be good.
Wait, just speak into it. Oh wait, don't speak into it. It's okay. I'll just test it whenever you.
Hold on a minute. So
We live?
put this on one side and the other side. So it's on.
Good evening and welcome everyone to the second last game of the evening here tonight. We have a fascinating clash coming up between Longobarda Futsal Club and Rockingham Cambio Cumbre. This one promises to be pretty exciting. A win tonight for Cumbre would just really solidify their spot on top of the ladder. Whilst Longobarda have started the season very impressive, but over the last 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks really, have fallen away a bit. They went down 8-2 last week at the hands of, I believe it was Phoenix Futsal. And they'll be coming out tonight with a huge ask on their hands, coming up against Rockingham Cambio Cumbre. So it should be a good one, and hopefully it's a close one. And I'm sure Longobarda will be up to the task after their disappointing match from last week. See, we'll go. We're getting underway in just a moment. Looks like currently lining up for Cumbre, they have Will Hayes lined up. They have Justin Tang, Connor Cruz, looks to be coming on, as well as Reed Thompson. And then Longobarda's lineup, they have Sassy Kumar, Suarez,